this video, I'm going to explain step by step everything that you need to know to make your first Facebook Marketplace to eBay flip. Let me make a coffee and then explain deal finding to you. Okay, deal finding. What do we do and what do we look for? For the sake of this video, we will be flipping golf cart chargers from Facebook Marketplace to eBay. So first step is to open up Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and look up golf cart chargers. Okay, now that we're in Facebook Marketplace, we are looking up golf cart chargers 48 volts. And we see this listing here. This is for a club car golf cart charger. He wants $50 for it. It's about 45 minutes away. Let's look this thing up on eBay. Going into eBay, the first thing that I'm going to type in is all I know. I know that it is a club car golf cart charger. So I'll be typing that into eBay and sorting by sold. We don't care what's listed, we care what is being sold. So as you can see here, we found this listing for the exact same golf cart charger that's on Facebook Marketplace. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste that title from the sold listing and put it into the eBay search tab. I'm going to get rid of all the junk just so I have the model number. Once I have the model number, I'm going to compare the number of active listings on eBay to the number of sold listings. For this one, we have around 20 active and we have more sold listings. We only want to buy items that have more sold than active listings. As you can see, these are selling anywhere between $100 and $150. Buying this for 50 bucks is not a bad deal, but now we have to talk about negotiation. Negotiation is a very important part of Facebook Marketplace to eBay flipping. I'm going to lay out my complete guide to negotiation. It follows 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, I don't like to pay any more than 40% of eBay value for anything that I buy. This is just a general rule of thumb, so you're typically doubling up your money whenever you make a sale. Step 2, I get all of my information out in one text. This is the text that I sent for a deal we're about to go pick up. This deal is for a Ryobi 48 volt golf cart charger. I'm leaving in 5 minutes to go grab it. But as you can see, I put out all of my information. I said, hey there, would you take $30 for it? If so, I can swing by with cash and pick up whenever. General rule, and I always say my name, so I sound like a personable guy. This tends to work for me. You know, this is just what I do. And step number 3, I always pay in cash. Why? It's the easiest. People feel the most comfortable with cash, whereas sometimes electronic payments, depending on the seller, they might feel a little iffy about it. So I always pay with cash. Now it's time to go pick up this golf cart charger. Okay, the seller accepted my offer of $30 for the golf cart charger. There are 2 rules that I follow whenever I'm picking anything up from Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Rule number 1 is I meet the seller where they want to meet. If they want to meet at their home, no problem. If they want to meet in a public place, no problem. I will go where they want to go, and after doing hundreds of pickups on Facebook Marketplace, never run into any issues meeting anyone at their house. If you feel uncomfortable about that, bring a friend, bring your spouse, husband, wife, whoever, just to make yourself feel safe. But vast majority of the time, you will be a-okay picking up from someone's house. Rule number 2, I be as courteous as humanly possible. I give them my estimated time of arrival. If I'm going to be late, I tell them as soon as I know I'm going to be late, because my biggest pet peeve whenever I'm selling something on Facebook Marketplace is when people do not show up on time. So show up on time, and if you're not going to show up on time, let the seller know. I've got my cash. Let's go get this charger. Charger has been picked up for 30 whole freaking dollars. Let's go home and get this thing listed. Okay, first let's go over why I bought this thing. This is a Ryobi SC48. It's a 48 volt golf cart charger. But most importantly, when we look it up on eBay, there are 5 current active listings and 8 sold listings. This fits the #1 criteria of more sold listings than active listings. All right, now it is time to make our draft. So what we do, this is the best way that I have found to list anything. We go back to our sold section on eBay and we find the listing that sold for the most amount of money. We click on that listing and then press sell one like this. This will give you all of the recommendations that the highest priced listing sold for. Now that we have the draft, let's take some photos. Now, a lot of people like to stress about having, a big white background, beautiful lighting. but ultimately your angles is what's most important in showcasing the item. Yes, having great lighting, yes, having a white background is important, but angles and taking the right photos will get you 90% of the way there. You don't need that extra 10% if you're getting started. So I have this golf cart charger set up against my closet door. All we're gonna do, take 6 to 10 photos of all the angles showing any imperfections. Pro tip, make sure your aspect ratio, if you're on an iPhone, is 1:1 or a square. This is what eBay uses. Take your photos in this aspect ratio. Okay, I just took all my photos, took me less than a minute. Please do not make this a huge stressor when you're listing your items. But let's throw these 1:1 aspect ratio photos into the draft. All right, now that we are back in the draft, first thing that I am going to do is go back to the same listing that we got all of our recommendations from and press sell one like this on. And I'm gonna copy and paste their description too. Obviously, I need to change a couple of things here and there, but their items sold for a reason. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Copy and paste their description into your listing. Then go ahead and upload all of your photos. Again, this charger is in used condition, so I'm selecting used condition, putting that copy and pasted description into my listing. And then in terms of shipping, my favorite provider is UPS Ground. I always tend to get the best prices with UPS Ground. You can choose whoever you want to choose. But for me, my favorite thing to do is free shipping. This will make your item sell so much faster, as people have been accustomed to free shipping when Amazon came around. So you don't want to be charging people for shipping. And if your competitors are, you're more likely to sell your item first. And we wait for shipping. Well, 3 days later, our battery charger has sold for $149. Let's go to Home Depot and grab all the supplies we need to get this item shipped out. I love selling golf cart chargers on eBay because they sell so fast. That Ryobi charger was only listed for 3 days before we got a full price purchase of $149. And yes, I dropped the price by $100 just to get this thing sold. All right, here we are at Home Depot. This moving aisle is the place you want to go to buy all of your packaging and all of your shipping materials. This tape right here is incredible. It's a Scotch heavy duty tape. This is what I use to ship out all of my boxes. $7, lasts you a long time. This bubble wrap right here is the one you want to buy. Whether you're shipping smalls or anything, get the bubble wrap with the big bubbles. The little bubbles, yes, it works, but it takes so much more bubble wrap to be just as protective as a few layers of this stuff. And then for my golf cart charger, I'm just gonna buy one of these heavy duty small boxes, cost $3. The same box at Staples or Office Max would be like $10. So Home Depot, $3, worth it. And always get the heavy duty one. All right, welcome to my shipping station. This is just the back of my car. That's all you really need. Again, the whole point of this video is to show you that this is not as difficult as you're making it out to be. You can do this any way you want. But here I've got my tape, and here I've got my box. First step is to just make this box. Whenever I'm doing a box, I always like to tape every single seam, so that's down the middle and on the sides as well, just for extra protection. Okay, now that the bottom of our box is made, all we're gonna do is get the golf cart charger, which is right here, throw the box to the side and take our bubble wrap and just wrap it up. Again, not that difficult. Now that I wrapped it one way, we're just gonna rotate it and wrap it the other way with our new roll of bubble wrap. Just like that, she's all packaged up and she's in the box. Now, there's a bit of a height difference here, so all I'm gonna do is trim these corners of the box down and fold them over on top of themselves so that this thing doesn't move all that much in shipping. Just like that, she's all taped up and ready to go. Then, next step, buying a label. All I do when buying a label is put my dimensions and weight into eBay and buy an eBay label, okay? This thing is 15 by 12 by 8. probably weighs 10 pounds. That's exactly what I put into eBay, pay for my label, get the QR code, scan the QR code at the UPS store, ship it out. And that is exactly how you flip something from Facebook Marketplace to eBay. That sale, after $30 purchase price, $3 for a box, and $3 for the bubble wrap and tape that I used, made $75. Took 3 days and maybe an hour and a half total. So my hourly rate is 50 bucks an hour, and there are different levels to this. The more money you're willing to spend on inventory, the more money you can go out and make. If you want a head start in this flipping journey from Facebook to eBay, click the link in the description. I will send you a flip for free, just because I do not like when people source from the thrift store. See you next week. Peace.